well, welcome back. We're going to go and continue our lesson on factoring using using the AC method. All right, so factoring using the AC method. All right, now if you saw the first lesson, we use the AC method, and how we use this method is our goal is we want to factor this, all right, using what we know about ax squared plus bx plus minus or plus c, and that's what we're doing. So we're going to use what's known as factoring. So we're going to factor this, all right, using the AC method. All right, so let's try it. First off, we're going to take our AC value. So A is a coefficient next to the x squared, so we're going to have 2, and we're going to multiply that to the c, and the c in this case is going to be negative 15. Ooh, a little different here. All right, so that's where we're going to go A times c. With that, what we get is a number, and that number is going to equal negative 30. All right, negative 30. So from here, we're going to take this negative 30, and we're going to find the product of negative 30 because the sum of the product of negative 30 has to equal our b value, and our b value in this case is 7. Okay, so the product of negative 30 has to equal 7. All right, so let's take this out. So negative 30 times 1, all right, so negative 30 plus 1 is going to equal negative 29, so that doesn't work. We're going to have negative, what are we going to do? 15, negative 15, all right, plus, all right, I took times, oops, times 2, and if you have that, negative 15 times plus 2, keep on screwing up, sorry, negative 13, okay, all right, that didn't work. If I went, and what do we else we have? We have negative, I don't know, next one, 13, how about 6? Yeah, let's try 6. All right, we have negative 6 plus, what do we have? Negative 6 plus 5, that one. And what we have here is negative 6 plus 5. And right there, that's going to equal negative 1. All right, that didn't work. Is there another one that we could use? Oh, let me think. All right. Is there any other ones we can use? Probably 15, 12. Sorry about that. What's another one? Oh, I know. I forgot one. In between negative 15 and 6. If we took negative 10, right? Negative 10 plus 3, all right, times, what am I doing? These are all multiplying. We're doing the product. On this side is what we're doing. Negative 10 plus 3, all right, that's going to equal negative 7. Hey, that's almost like 7. Now, when you see this, you have to realize something, is that when you have negatives, it doesn't matter what order you have it. So if I had negative 3 times 10, that would also give me negative 30. So when you have that value, let's just change it around, negative 3 plus 10, that's going to give us 7. There's our factors. There's the factors we're going to do. All right, so to write this out then, we're going to have 2x squared. We're going to have minus 3x. We're going to have plus 10x, and that's going to be minus 15. Okay. Now from here, once again, remember, we're going to do some grouping. Once we have our factors laid out, we're going to look at these first two values. We're going to see, can we factor out anything here out of these two? It appears I can factor out an x, so we'll have a 2x minus 3. Right here, what can I factor out of here? It appears I can factor out a 5, so I'm going to factor out a 5 here. What we have is 2x minus, oh, same thing. What do you know? We have the same factor out of each one of those. So what we're going to do then is going to factor out that 2x minus 3. And what do we have left over after I factor that out? We have an x, we have a plus 5, and that, my friends, is the factors of 2x squared plus 7x minus 15. There you go. And that's the factoring. All right, using the AC method. Well, let's try one more. See if we can do this one. All right. Using the AC method, so once again, we're going to do AC. So it's going to be 3, all right, times 4, which gives us 12. Okay, so 12 is going to be our one value. product, the sum of the products has to equal our b value. What's our b value? B value in this case is -5. All right, so we need a -5 here. All right. Now, from here, we're going to have this. So now to get -5, okay, to get -5, that means we're going to have negative numbers. So we're going to have to add negative numbers together. So how do we get 5? Well, 12, we can have, well, let's think about it. We can have 4. Well, 12 or -12 times -1, right? Because we need to add those together. So -12 plus -1 is going to equal -13. Okay. Another one we could have is negative, what is it, 6 times -2, right? 6 times -2. When we have 6 times -2, what are we going to have there? What we're going to have is -6 plus -2, and that's going to give us -8. All right, that's pretty cool. All right, what else can we do? Well, let's try -3. All right, -3. -3 times -4. That works out. So what do we have here? What we're going to have is -3 plus -4, which is going to equal -7. All right, -7. Is there any one that we're forgetting? 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. Anything else that we're forgetting? Is this one, as I said, is this even factorable? Well, right here, I think these are all the factors. And since we do not have any of these factors coming through, guess what? This one is not factorable. Not factorable. All right, this is not factorable. There are no, all right, the product of these two, the product of AC, you cannot take those sums and they will not equal any of the values over here. That will equal -5 because none of these values, and these are all the basic prime factorization of this, we're done, right? It's not factorable. So the only other method we could use, all right, is good old quadratic formula. And for those that don't know about that, quadratic formula is where we take the opposite of b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. All right, so if we take this, opposite of b would be 5 plus or minus the square root of b squared, which would be 25, minus 4 times a, which is 3, times c, which is 4, all over 2 times a, which is 3. When we have this, we have 5 plus or minus, we have the square root of 25, and we have 4, 12, negative 48 over 6. Oh boy. What we have is 5 plus or minus, we got the square root of negative, what? Negative 23. Now, for some of you, this might be a little bit advanced. And what we just realized that, okay, there are no real factors. There are no zeros, because what we have is here is I square root of 23, running out of room, whole over 6. And that would be our complex factors. But we kind of saw that coming with AC. All right. Well, we went through two different examples of how AC, for one, the AC method can help us find the factoring, all right, of this trinomial, and also how we can use the AC method to identify when it is not factorable. Well, I hope this helps you out on solving some of your problems. So good luck and God bless in the rest of your problems.